Hi everyone, I'm making two tags today with this Gerda Steiner Designs stamp set called Sending Hugs. Features an adorable snowman, lots of really cool sentiments, love and wishes, winter hugs, warm your way, sending, and days are better when you're around. Also, there's a bunny and a squirrel and two little birdies and little bird tracks and two hearts. So it's a great stamp set for the holidays, but also for after the holidays. So this stamp set is available over at Not Too Shabby. I will have links below in my description box where you can link directly to the Not Too Shabby site and grab your stamp set with a 10% discount using my affiliate link. I think you'll find it's a really cool set, and I hope that you enjoy the tags that I make today. I am speeding my video up today just so I can keep it as short as possible. I know it can become difficult to get all the videos in that you want to watch whenever they're really long. So I'm just stamping out a couple different sets of the images, and then I'll color them in with alcohol markers. And I'm using Accent Opaque cardstock 100 pound. I've cut my tags out. I have a tag die in my stash, and I'm going to ink blend the background. This is Tumbled Glass Distress Oxide ink. I'm using a blending brush. Next, I'm using Broken China Distress Oxide. And I also have Salty Ocean. And there's really no rhyme or reason because it's all going to be splattered with shimmer spray to make it look like a snow blizzard. So it doesn't have to be any kind of perfect blending. I'm going back in with the tumbled glass. Getting nice coverage. And then I grabbed, oh my, what color is that? Oh, my hand is over it and I can't see. Oh, Salty Ocean, the same color I had earlier. In case you're wondering what I'm blending on, I have just a piece of laminated graph paper. It is a way for me to protect my craft mat. I could also use my glass media mat, but it has a reflection and a glare. This has a little bit of a reflection and glare, but not too much. Now I'm bringing out my favorite inks to blend with for sunset colors. This is Picked Raspberry, Spice Marmalade, and Squeeze Lemonade. And so I start with the picked raspberry at the top, and to me this is sunset colors. And then I'm going to use Spice Marmalade. I'm using these inexpensive makeup brushes that I got from the Dollar Tree. And here we have the Spice Marmalade, and I'm overlapping them a little bit, so there's a nice blend. And then finally I'll go in with the Squeeze Lemonade, and this happens every time. By the time I go in with my Squeeze Lemonade and then I add a snowbank over top of it, you can't see it, but that's okay. We've got a nice sunset anyways with the colors that I have here. I'm going in with my blending brushes for the other colors, and I think I did a pretty nice job blending that tag. I have some pigment ink here. I'm going to put a little bit of water on this with my distress sprayer and try to splash some snowflakes, but it's not really doing too much. Not really what I want it to do. It's making some little splatters, but I'm going in with some Avery L clear shimmer spray, and I'm just going to tap, tap, tap the nozzle. It's a really easy way to create snow. I also put a little bit on my stamp block and splattered it with my paintbrush, but going back to the nozzle itself and just splattering it with that paintbrush. So I'm bouncing the paintbrush off of the nozzle after I keep dipping it into the shimmer spray. And I'm really happy with that result. I think that looks really good. So I have some alcohol markers. I've got cool gray one, and I'm going to color in a snowman for you real quick. Basically, using a little bit of a cool gray when you're coloring in your snowman gives it a little bit of contrast so it's not all stark white. And I have next up N1, which is a neutral gray. It's very light. You can't hardly see it. And then I just basically will continue fiddling around with my different grays until I get a result that I like. Going ahead and coloring in some certain parts of the snowman's hat and his little mittens. I have N0, which is neutral gray 0. I think it has more ink in it than the N1 because you can actually see this when I'm putting it down. But that's okay. It's fine. It basically is just so it's not stark white. So I have my Ohuhu markers, and this is number 15. So I have a mix between Copic alcohol markers and Ohuhu alcohol markers. So that's fine. You can use any markers that you have. You don't have to have a certain name brand. Just get whatever you can afford and whatever you like to use. I'm just taking in, outlining the scarf. This is a darker red. I'll do the same thing to the hat. And then I'll go in with the lighter color on the inside. I am by no means very good at coloring with alcohol markers as far as like blending and all that fancy stuff, but I just try to outline it with a dark color and then color it in with a lighter color. So that's my strategy. So this is number 14, which really isn't that much lighter in the grand scheme of things, but I do go in with a colorless blender later in an attempt to create some lighter shading on my snowman and his scarf and his hat and his mittens. Okay, so this is a gray color. I don't know why I was putting that down. It didn't really need to go into the mitten area. Okay, here we have the colorless blender. So I am just trying to blend my colors at this point. I still need to color in his nose, and I will go over the little stones that make up his smile and his eyes with a black jelly roll pen just to sharpen those after I'm done coloring. These are cute snowman, I think. And the other snowman I did with a blue scarf and red birds. This one has a red scarf and blue birds. The birds are kind of tiny, so you really can't see much when it comes to blending and whatnot. I really wasn't too, concerned about that. And you can use any color blue markers that you have. Sorry, I didn't hold my marker caps up to the camera to show you what color I was using, but I basically was using 2 of the blues and the colorless blender. And this is almost to the point where I'm going to stop showing the coloring. I'm not showing you how I colored the second one, which was the snowman with the blue scarf and the red birds. This was just for the sake of time, so the video wouldn't be too long. I did take these images and put them in my Scan and Cut, and they came out really great. There's also a die set if you would like that. And you can get that at Not Too Shabby. All right, now that I have the snowman colored in, I have my tag, and now I'm going to stamp my sentiment. And you can go with any sentiment you like. I decided to stamp this one with the sentiment that says, "Days are better when you are around." I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black ink. But I found it wasn't quite dark enough, so I switched over to Catherine Polar Archival Ink Midnight, which gave a really nice, crisp stamp sentiment. Lots of possibilities here when it comes to picking your sentiment. And I thought I would leave enough space at the top that I could write the name of the gift recipient above the sentiment. That way it can be used as part of a gift giving. All right, we're going to take this out of the Misty and we'll put in the other tag with the sunset. And this one I'm using Winter Wishes. I probably should have said Warm Winter Wishes, but I wasn't thinking. So I was just excited because I love this font that the Wishes is written in. It's this nice big scripty thick font. Whoops, need to remove the previous sentiment. Again, I'm using Midnight Archival ink by Catherine Polar to stamp my sentiment. And even with the Distress Oxide, you can stamp right over top of it. You just might have to stamp a few times to get a good impression. And the final step will be assembling the tags, which will include putting ribbon through the punch holes at the top and, putting some snow at the bottom of each tag. So this is glimmer paper. It's basically a glitter paper that doesn't shed. And I got this at a big box store. I have an idea now how I want to lay out my tags. I'm going to get my glue and start adhering things. And I'm also going to use some foam dots to give some added dimension. So if you're not familiar with the Not Too Shabby shop, they offer a wide variety of stamps. They also have their own line of stamps. And we just found out that there's going to be a new release coming. So we're real excited about that. You'll be able to get a sneak peek of that in January. But you can also purchase stamps there from a lot of companies. So again, this stamp set is from Gerda Steiner Designs. It's a high quality photopolymer stamp set. And there are a lot of different stamp companies that are available in the Not Too Shabby shop. Not only that, but embellishments, inks, alcohol marker refills, paper, just a wide variety of products. And it's a small business. And so we really, want to support our small businesses. So I would encourage you, if you're not familiar, please check it out. And I would encourage you to, use my affiliate links when you shop at Not Too Shabby. I take any percentage that I earn and I purchase things at Not Too Shabby and give them away to my viewers. So it all just goes right back into, getting things out to people so that they can enjoy these products. Okay, so I used some foam dots to pop up my snowman. This is my blue snowman. Actually, I love my blue snowman, and I love this blue background. I mean, I love both of these tags, but this blue snowman is so cute. Just going to put some little foam squares on the little red birds and putting them down on the snowbank. And I should have stamped their little footprints, but I wasn't really sure. Well, if I would have put my glasses on, I would have known that was their little footprints. It was adorable. That would have looked really cute on the white glitter paper. But next time, I will definitely stamp their little bird prints. Okay, we're going to top this off with a red ribbon, and I already have that assembled. Now here's our sunset tag, and you see my little snowbanks are bigger than the actual tags, so I'm just trimming them down a little bit. I had a die in my stash that cut snowbanks, so that's what I used. And the same process as the first tag, I'm just adding some foam dots to give it some dimension. First on snowman body and then on the birdies. And he's cute too. Don't get me wrong. Super adorable. I'm really pleased with how these turned out. I think they're so cute. Now this one I only have one bird besides the bird in the hand of the snowman because I couldn't find my other bird. Here, I found him today, 2 days later. So he must have slid off my desk. He must have been hopping around trying to find some worms. So I have some twine, just making this one look a little bit more rustic. Just going to loop it through, tie a knot, and there we have it. Both tags are complete. Stay tuned for some still photos. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I'd love to have you. As I mentioned, I do a lot of giveaways, and I'd love if you could subscribe to my channel, ring the bell so that you get notifications of when I put videos up and when I do lives. Leave a comment which tag do you like the best, and please give a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate that. And enjoy. Have a hopeful day. Bye-bye.